This League Cup final special is brought to you by Saltire Energy, the global market leader in specialist drilling equipment rental. And also by Craig International, who wish to thank all their suppliers and customers this year. And Craig International would like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Tomorrow at Hampden, a group of Dons players can write their own history into Aberdeen Football Club's books by going out and giving their all against a Rangers side who are absolutely there for the taking. Kick-off at Hampden Park is at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Hi everybody, a very good morning and a very warm welcome to Ali Beg ABTV here on YouTube. I will need to start with an apology for all the nonsense that went on last night and trying to get the live show out. Unfortunately, I had many technical difficulties, hence why I've pre-recorded the show this morning and hopefully all things are well. I would also like to begin today's show by offering my sincere thanks to all of you who have recently got in touch and shared your concern and your care after, unfortunately, I had a bit of a relapse in my condition and was hospitalised again for a couple of weeks, hence why there hasn't been much content on the channel recently. So many thanks once again for all your support, particularly to those of you who have signed up to the membership scheme, who pay your monthly subs, and I'm very conscious that I haven't put content out. So for all of you to hang around and continue your support is extremely humbling. So thank you very much. On the mend and raring to go again. It's Cup final day. Cup final day. At long last, it's here. And I personally cannot wait. I'll give you my own thoughts on how I see us going today very shortly. But what I want to do to begin with is just let you know what the plans are for today's show, because we've got a bumper show for you today. So I'm going to try and predict the team that will start against Rangers very shortly. I've picked out a quote from Barry Robson's pre-match press conference that he gave on Friday. We'll be looking back on this day in the club's history, and I'm absolutely delighted to bring you two exclusive interviews. One with former Dons striker Duncan Shearer, and the other with former Dons captain and goalkeeper Joe Lewis. I'm also going to be reading out your thoughts that you left on social media for me to read out. So we'll be reading out your comments as well as we go along. So we're looking at about a half an hour show today. So shall we try and predict the team? This is what I have gone for, and this is what I think Barry will do today. So, I'm so torn between this. So I've gone with him to play with Angus MacDonald to sit in between Richard Jensen and Stefan Gartenmann. I wanted to go with Angus because I just feel that sometimes Ruby, even though he put in a fantastic performance against Frankfurt, still can be a little bit gung-ho, and that worries me. In the middle of the park, I've gone with Jamie, the skipper, Leighton, and I think after Thursday's performance, I think Dante has got to start. I think it could possibly be a toss-up between Dante and Connor, but I thought Dante was magnificent. And obviously, if Bojan is fit, he will play up top. It could be a two with Duke or Esther. I just don't know. But that's what I roughly think the team will be today. Here's our previous record in cup finals that we've contested, League Cup finals. So we're 6 times winner. Back in 55-56, we won it for the first time. Then obviously we beat Celtic in 1976. Who will ever forget that? We beat Hibs comfortably in 85. And then after 2 attempts, at long last, we managed to beat Rangers at Hampden with 2 Paul Mason goals. Who will forget the Coca-Cola Cup final, that fantastic header from the Stephen Glass cross from Duncan Shearer, who we'll be hearing from soon. And of course, our last victory in the tournament came way back in 2014. It seems like such a long time ago. We've also been 9 times runners up in the competition as well. So, before we get to Duncan Shearer, I just want to give you my own thoughts on how I see today's game going. So, we have shown recently, including a recent semi-final, that we can go toe-to-toe with Rangers. And the players today should have no sense of fear or any trepidation whatsoever. I personally think it's up to the individual how they cope with the occasion on the day. And I think all of our players, if they show the right attitude and mental strength, there's absolutely no reason why we cannot win this football match today. We all know that each player is going to have to play the game of their lives, and their concentration levels 100% have got to be spot on all the way through the game, particularly when it comes to the closing stages and as we get deep into injury time, because we all know what can happen. We have to be clever and smart, but above all, I think we just have to believe and be very brave on the ball. Leighton Clarkson said a couple of days ago that he joined Aberdeen to win trophies. You will not get a better opportunity to do that, I think, than today. And you will get backed 100% by the fans who will be in the stadium, the 19,500, and the thousands upon thousands upon thousands that I'll be watching from all over the globe. We're right behind you, and just don't show any fear today. That's all we ask for. Okay, let me clear the timeline for you, because I would like to bring in Duncan Shearer's interview for you so that you can hear what our club legend had to say about today's game. I caught up with Duncan from his home out over on the West Coast, and we discussed tactics, his memories, and how he sees today's game going. Welcome to the show, Aberdeen legend, Duncan Shearer. Duncan, it's lovely to see you as always. Thank you so much for jumping on ahead of the big game. How do you see Sunday's game going?
I've thought about this in the last week, to be honest with you, Ali, and listen, it could go anyway. And honestly, it's one of these games. Aberdeen have done well against Rangers this season, but it's going to count for nothing on the day. And Barry will know that. But they've got the added boost. They got a good result there last night, and they've rested a few players. So I would now presume he's got his starting 11 in mind, and everything's now all big preparations. I don't know how it's going to go. I really don't.
Yeah, that was going to be my question, because I must admit, I'm half tempted to say I would love him to just play 3 at the back.
Yeah.
We could have more creativity in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
But I can't help but think that he'll play 5, with the 2 wing backs. What do you think?
I think he'll know himself that Rangers will have the possession.
Yes.
But I know it happens all the time against the Old Firm. Every time we play the Old Firm, they seem to have the bulk of the possession. So I think he's not going to accept it, but he's going to know that that's what's going to happen. But what he's going to be working on, I think, is when they get the ball.
Yeah.
When they get the ball back off Rangers, how can they hurt the Rangers? And to be honest with you, they've got a striker up there that's as good a striker that I've seen Aberdeen for a long time, and if they can get that boy the service, they can have a good day. There's no question about that.
What do you think is the key to beating Rangers on Sunday?
I was interested watching the Kilmarnock-Celtic game the other day, and the way Kilmarnock went to Celtic and didn't give them a moment's rest. Now, if you can do that for 90 minutes, Ali, as a team, then that you'll be a big way of helping. But if you're going to sit back and let them knock the ball about and then just wait for your chance to nick it, I don't know. I would like Aberdeen just to go right out the blocks and go for them. and give them a fright. Give some of their players, catch some of their players on the ball nice and early, so then they realise, oh, wait a minute, I'm not going to get the time I thought I was going to get in this game.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to buck my ideas up. So that's what I would like to see, because they've all got they've got the fitness, they've got the squad, they've got players who can come in and do a job. And the usual is, don't give anything away too early. Don't kill this game too early. If Rangers get in front early on in this game, it could be a long day for Aberdeen. So stay in the game, but get closed down. And you only get these finals every now and again. And every player must have it in their mind that they're going to give 100%, every one of them.
I'd like to take you back to the times that you competed for Aberdeen in various cup finals during your time at Pittodrie. When it came to your own preparation, did you prepare any differently to, say, any normal league game?
No. I don't think so. The only time the enormity of the game is when you're getting on the bus and you're on your way to Hampden.
Okay.
Or in my case, in the Scottish Cup final, it's Parkhead it was played at.
Yeah.
That's when you realise, when you leave your hotel and you get close to the ground, that's when you realise that this is more than just your normal league game. Because there's so many fans about. There's a massive buzz all around the stadium, and you go out for your warm up and you can see it building up, and it gets to fever pitch. The only thing that I didn't like about finals is that 20 years down the line, you hardly remember any of it. So people say to you, go and enjoy it and make the most of it. And, but you only remember really sporadic moments in the games. See, for the Scottish Cup final, when we played Rangers at Parkhead, all I can remember is it being a hot day. I can't remember really many incidents where I had chances to score, or even if I did, I probably wouldn't remember them.
That's interesting, because what are your memories of the 95 Coca-Cola Cup final?
Yeah.
Are they more vivid?
Yeah, maybe because I don't know, maybe psychologically because you won the final.
That's what I was going to say. So maybe because you won, your memories are different because you lost, right?
Yeah, I think going out to the game at the start, we knew we were red hot favourites because they were a division below us.
Yeah. And
we knew it was a big chance for us to, having dealt with the old firm earlier on in the rounds, we thought, this is our chance. I was at an age, what was I, 33, something like that. I was at an age that I was running out of time to win cup finals. So I was desperate to win it. And we went about it the right way. And I can remember Billy's goal, putting us one up. I remember us getting the goal. It was only a few minutes in the second half. We went 2 up, and I remember the whole place going. Apart from the Aberdeen fans, the whole place went quiet. I think, and that's what I'm going. If I go back to this Sunday, if the same thing happens to Aberdeen, the same thing will happen there for the Aberdeen fans. The Aberdeen fans will know if Rangers get their noses in front, we could be in for a hard time to pull out. If we're going to win this, I think if we're going to win this cup, I think we need to be the ones to score first. That's what I would. That's the best I can give you in terms of a prediction. I think we need to, because if they score, I think we could be in serious trouble. It'd be hard for us to pull Rangers back out of that when they get their tails up.
Duncan, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. Thank you so much for jumping on. It's lovely to see you. So enjoy your weekend, and hopefully we'll catch up again soon.
Come on, Ali.
Thank you, mate. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Cheers, mate.
Bye. Duncan Shearer, what an absolute legend. Right, this is what Barry had to say, so I've picked out this quote for you. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to win a trophy. Every fan deserves to win a trophy. You need to go and earn it. Make sure you put in as good a performance as you can. For me, it's something we really want to do. The club has got great tradition. If we perform well, we've got an opportunity to go and lift a trophy. Here are your match stats. Sunday's showpiece is the 78th League Cup final. The first final took place in 1947 when Rangers unfortunately defeated us 4-0. Today's game will be the 7th League Cup final between the two sides. The most recent was in 92-93, when again, unfortunately, Rangers beat us after extra time. This is the third meeting of the sides this season. We beat Rangers 3-1 at Ibrox in September. We know what happened last month. The next game between the two sides is next month. The referee is Don Robertson. On VAR is Andrew Dallas. Right, let's start reading out some of your comments that you left on social media for me last night. So, Ray Cena has said, just want to give them a game and what will be, will be. In terms of team selection, Stephen Brownlee has said, hi Stephen, after being at the Frankfurt game, I honestly believe Big Ruby should start at right centre back. I, for one, have been critical of him, but he is still young and is a powerhouse and will knock those Rangers forwards with ease. David Cobb has said, what a lift it will give the club, the city and the people if the lads can bring the cup home. F1 Jim has said 2 strikers and go right through the middle of them. Their centre-halves and centre-mids are awful. Sean and Amanda Heron have said, go for the jugular from the off. George Webster has said, I'm just hoping we don't give our normal post-European game performance on Sunday. Boy, I couldn't agree more, George. Brendan Nicholas said, nothing to fear. Cameron Young is predicting a 2-1 win for the Dons. Norrie Hewitt has said, honestly think this is our best chance to win against them and we have to play Sokler and Miovski. They struggle balls in between. Duke to come on in the second half. Interesting how many of you thinking we should go with 2 at the top. Stuart Watt is also predicting that. He's gone with a 3-5-2. Clarkson to start on the bench. Barron central defensive midfield position alongside Shinnie with McGrath just in front. Duke and Miovski up front. Jim Brune has said, we've got nothing to fear from them. Yes, they had a great result the other day, but so did the Dons. Absolutely confident the cup is ours. Come on you Reds, he said. Malcolm Park is predicting a 3-1 win after extra time. Polvara was immense the other night. So could they have played their way in as well as Connor Barron? He is asking. Have a go at them and see if they like it right up them. Also, we'd surely be favourites if it goes to pens. Their keepers don't know how to face penalties. And 45 of their players have never taken a pen since arriving. Come on you Reds, loud and proud guys, make the place a wall of red noise. Donkey Wright has said, I just hope we can play for 90 plus minutes. None of this defending deep, long ball stuff. No fear, lads. They fear us more. Come on, you Reds. Right. So, I'll get more of your comments in very shortly. But first, let's go to Joe Lewis. So, just a back reference to Duncan's interview and Joe's interview. So, I spoke to them both on Saturday morning. I was able to get in the studio to record, obviously, the interview with Duncan, which you saw. Slight apologies for my appearance because I had to wait a couple of days when I came out of hospital before I could sort of shower and clean myself up. And the same was yesterday. So I spoke to Joe from my own living room due to these technical difficulties. And I caught up with him from his home in Manchester. And again, we spoke tactics, the game, and how he thinks the game will pan out. Welcome to ABTV, former club captain and goalkeeper, Joe Lewis. Joe, very good morning. Thank you so much for joining me today ahead of the big game tomorrow. It's great to have you on. So what sort of game do you think we should expect tomorrow?
You know what? It's really difficult to sort of to know what sort of team they turn up from either side. Actually, Rangers I think are a lot stronger than they have been in the recent past. The new manager's coming. I think he's done quite a good job with them. Unfortunately, so it'll be tough. It will be very tough. But we have played well against good opposition this season, we've struggled against teams that have sat in and tried to just sort of bore us to death. So I think when teams come at us, we're an excellent counter-attacking side. So I think when teams do sort of attack against us, we have some joy. So I'm hoping that'll be the case again tomorrow.
I can't help but think that we're heading into the game full of confidence. And if you take into consideration our recent games against them, we've performed well and we've done well. So I can't see no reason why we shouldn't head into this game full of confidence.
No, and you look at Thursday night. You know, if the lads aren't confident off the back of that, then they never will be. You know, it's an excellent team who just beaten Bayern Munich convincingly at 5-1 a few days before, and we go and beat them pretty not comfortably, but well. We beat them well. So it's you know, it's definitely a game that lads should be going with, oozing with confidence. Again, a lot of the players all the players in that group have beaten Rangers. This Rangers team, you know, it's not like it hasn't happened in a while and it's just a supporter thing. All these players have played against and beaten Rangers. So it'd be interesting to see the side that gets selected for the game. But yeah, we anyone who gets selected will be on form, I think.
How do you see Barry lining the side up tactically?
He's stuck with the three at the back in general. I think he will go with that.
Okay.
I would like to see us go with a 4, just because I think we've got not for the back 4. The reasons of the back 4, I can understand why he does it because we've got 3 centre halves that suit that shape there. But what it allows us up the pitch, it can allow you out and out wingers, which I like personally. But and also, you know, he's got sort of a few selection problems. I think he'll go with the 3 at the back and play the formation he's been playing. I can't see him making any drastic changes on that. He's got some selection problems. Obviously, hopefully Bojan's fit.
Yeah.
I think he is going to be. But if Esther has to play, he should be flying on confidence. You know, he played well the other night, scored an excellent goal. And then in the middle of the park, who does he put in? You know, he's got Conor Barron's, you know, really playing well at the moment.
Dante.
You know, Dante's really got so much energy and actually what a fantastic ball over the top there for Esther. And, you know, looks forward as well. Tries to play them forward passes. Yeah. You got Leighton, you got Jamie McGrath. Jamie McGrath for me has probably been our best player this season, I think. From the games I've seen the majority of the games, and he really impresses me. And you know, it's a shame we couldn't have got him when we first tried to get him, because what a player he is. Creative as well. Something that maybe I think you could, in a different formation, you could play him in that 10 role, and he would create chances for you. But he does everything, to be fair. So in answer to your original question, I don't know who he's going to put in, but I think he'll stick with the formation that he's been using with the 3. Yeah. You know, me personally, I would stick with that. Having done what he's done, I would stick with that for the game, and I would keep the 3 at the back for the game. Going forward, I think I would like to see him explore the 4 and give you wingers, because I don't think, you know, I think Johnny and people like that, you know, the wingers we've got, it's a difficult job for them to play a wing back. And they get, a few of them have come in for, I think Johnny's come in for a bit of criticism as well this season. He's not a full-back, he's not even a wing-back, he's an out-and-out winger for me. I would play him high left of a front 3 and letting Cozzi's havoc up there. You know, he's unpredictable in his play, and you want that in the attacking areas where he's really causing shots and crosses I don't think it's easy to level. He's getting on now. He's past it. Whatever. He's not playing in a position, and he's not playing regularly. So that's my minor defence of Johnny. But yeah, so I think that's what I'd like to see going forward. But I think on the week tomorrow, I think he'll stick with a 3.
Okay, cool. For the cup finals that you contested, I spoke to Duncan Shearer about this and asked him the same question. I'd like to ask you the same question as well.
Yeah.
For these big games, did you prepare yourself any differently to, say, a normal league game?
No, not at all. You prepare yourself based on the opposition normally. So, so when you play Celtic. When we played Celtic in these games, it was they're looking to get to the byline cutback. So you work on a bit of cutbacks, you work on those, but you do that for a league game. It's no different for a cup. I'm trying to remember what we did the night or two before the game. I don't know if we went down 2 nights early and trained down there. I can't remember. I don't think we did. No. We did that on the odd occasion when we went down to Glasgow. We go down a couple of nights early. I can't remember which. I'm sure we did do it for a cup final. I can't remember which one. But in general, no, you don't prepare any different. You try and keep it the same. And our results against Rangers have been good, so there's no reason to change anything. It's been some very good performances and very good results. So keep it the same, in my opinion.
Okay. Final question, mate, for you. If you were leading the team out on Sunday, what would your final words be to them?
I would tell them, what it means. For me personally, I never won silverware at the club, and that's sort of a bit of a regret of mine. You can make history at the club. The club hasn't won anything for 10 years. You can write your names in the club history, and wherever you go, that'll be this. This can be the highlight of your career. And just go out there and play the same way we've played against this Rangers lot. The last few times we've got results against them. There's nothing to fear. Go out there and leave it all out there.
Brilliant, Joe. Mate, thank you so much for coming on. It's been absolutely fantastic talking to you as always, and I'll catch up with you again soon.
Cheers, Ali. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, fella. Cheers. Joe Lewis. Doesn't he look well? Right, here is your weather for today. So they're expecting showers round about kickoff, 10 degrees, and they're also expecting gusty winds in and around Glasgow this afternoon. The low will be 9, and temperatures could reach as high as 12 degrees. So that's your weather today. So if you are going, wrap up, keep yourselves warm. Right, just a little bit of housekeeping. If you haven't already done so, I'd be absolutely delighted if you would please subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. It's totally free. All you have to do is push that little red button and you'll just continually get notifications of all the shows that I post on the channel. As I said, we are edging ever closer to 3,000 subscribers. That is the next target. So if you can jump on board, I would be very, very grateful. Right, let's finish off the show with just reading out some more of your comments that came in yesterday. So Fiona Taylor has said, in terms of the team selection, I'm thinking drop Shinnie, as others are performing better. Also, none of this sitting back or off and counter-attacking. Go and have a right go at them. We will get far more respect. Graham Buchan has said, hi Graham, Thursday night, which was fantastic. I can only hope we perform on Sunday as we did on Thursday and we will beat them easily. But we have a Euro hangover. If we have a Euro hangover, he said, we might struggle, but we will be there to roar them on. Kevin Carmichael has said, we have played a little bit of football at times this season, not much, but some. So, if we're brave on the ball and sensible, then you never know, he says. We do have some clever, creative players, and their penalty right back is weak. We should definitely have a go at them and leave Hampden with no regrets. Come on, you Reds. Stuart Cleary. Hi, Stuart. He's predicting a 2-0 win for the Dons. Graham Fayad I hope I've pronounced that right, Graham. He's predicting a 2-1 win for the Dons. Mike Dunn has said, let's hope we just go at them from the off. None of this sitting back and inviting them on nonsense. Get in their faces and force mistakes from them. He would also like to see 2 up front today from kickoff. Stephen Watt has said, 2-1 to the Dons with a Paul Mason double. He says, I refuse to leave the 80s. Right, just let me get on Twitter, X, whatever you like to call it these days, because there were a couple of comments that came in yesterday. Alan Gordy is predicting a 3-1 wins for the Dons. He's keeping himself right for tomorrow and sober. Come on, you Reds, he said. Dandiest Don has said, let's get down to business. We can do this. The right setup with the right personnel, we can trouble them. Believe in what we can achieve and we will win. I think we will leave today's show with those closing words from the Dandiest Don. So guys, if you're travelling to the game today, please travel safely. Have an absolutely fantastic day out. And come on, lads. What an opportunity to bring a cup home. You will never get a better opportunity. As Joe said, don't leave anything out there. We absolutely believe in you. The very best of luck. I will see you on Monday night for a review show. So all that's left to say is, come on you Reds, get right stuck into them. Let's do this. Stand free.